Can we all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Kelly, can I get a roll call, please?
Ms. Benton?
Here.
Fagion?
Oh, I'm here. Sorry.
That's okay. Luhan?
Present.
Riskevich?
Here.
Sierra? Stiganga?
Here.
Tortel?
Here.
Zero.
And I'm here. Thank
7
you.
present, 1 absent.
Hey. Chewy by phone.
Okay, Peter, good to have you on.
Much, Mr. Chairperson. This position, as stated, is a grant-funded position. We're using some of the federal CARES funds that we have been given here, established for the next 2 years to fund this position. We really feel that it is something that is obviously necessary at this point. We are continually working with the upsurge in number of cases that are going on here. But even after we finally make it over the curve here and make it over the hump, there'll still be quite a bit of work to be done. It's just not going to end one day when the cases go away. So the amount of work that has to be done as far as compiling the data, looking at the data, researching it, seeing what happened here, that's the type of stuff you want done by an epidemiologist. So again, this position is grant contingent. So when the funding runs out, the position runs out.
Thank you, Deputy Commissioner. Is this something that other counties are getting to, or do we have to specifically apply for this?
Nope. We have the funding came to us, and the funding and this was funding that was approved many committees ago, based on, it was about the $2.5 million funding. The funding is supposed to go basically towards staffing is where they want to see it. So how we use it and what kind of staffing positions we fill is up to us. We've already started using some of that funds mostly for overtime and for hiring temps and getting temps in positions where we can have them at data entry, make phone calls, that type of stuff. So this would be a position which is a little bit more specialized, more professional in nature. As you know, we've also gone through and we've filled some vacant public health nurse positions, again, which are professional in nature and have the expertise to answer questions that people may have from their public regarding the COVID disease and the science behind it. So this is another way of us really looking to add to our depth that we have here in our department.
Very good. Thank you, Deputy Commissioner. At this point in time, I'd like to offer any questions that committee members may have for this position.
Legislator Tortel has a question.
Lori, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Erickson, just one quick question. Is this in addition to the position that we discussed, I believe, last month or 2 months ago? Or is this the same position, we're just finalizing it?
This is in addition.
In addition. Okay, great. That's all I needed to know. So we had more funding come down from the federal government to create this new position also.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you very, very much. Thank you,
You're
Mr.
welcome.
Chairman. That's all.
Any other questions or comments from members on the committee? Or members not on the committee? You let Chris off too easy in this one. It's certainly something.
Again, I would, I do have Jackie Lawler here sitting next to me, who's the Director of Public Health and Epidemiological Planning, who can also answer any questions that people may have on this. The position will report directly to her. So again, if you have questions regarding the position, or if you just have some questions right now as far as, what's going on, we can go a little bit in that way. I don't want to take Jackie too long away from her work that she's doing. She's really busy right now, but if there are some specific questions that you have regarding what's happening right now, we can definitely dig into that a little bit.
Okay, Laura, I see your hand up. Is that up from before or new?
That is new. If the commissioner could just give the whole committee just a real brief overview of where we stand since our last meeting on positivity rate and hospitalization beds available. Just a quick mini COVID update.
Sure. I mean, I'll let Jackie speak to just a little bit of the updates that are happening here right now. I mean, I don't have a current positivity rate for you right now, but obviously, as you've seen in the media, our numbers are continually going up. I just submitted a report to my Health and Mental Health Committee meeting for Tuesday, tomorrow, which just shows what's happening throughout the county right now, and it's overwhelming again as to what's happening with the number of cases that we're having. Our 10-day rolling average is somewhere around, what is it, 150 cases per day right now as our 10-day rolling average. And I expect that's going to go up because we're just seeing the number, a couple hundred, cases the other day, a couple hundred cases today. It's just unreal. So Jackie, maybe just give a few more details as to what's happening.
I'm sorry I don't have the percent positivity right in front of me, but I can tell you hot off the press through the weekend, that doesn't include Monday's numbers. We're at 18,189 cases, which is about 350 case increase from Saturday and Sunday. So on Friday, we hit our one-day high since April 29th. So it was about 262 cases off the top of my head that we received, which we haven't seen that since the end of April. And part of the reason we actually saw such a large number at the end of April was because we had what we call a data dump. So basically people from labs were not reporting when they should have, and then dumped all the information on one day. So if you're looking in terms of percent positivity, I can't really talk too much about that, but if you're looking at the number of cases, you are looking at something somewhere where we were back in the middle of April. Do realize too that we are getting a lot more people tested, so that does help. Obviously, our percent positivity rate in March and April will probably never be what we see now, only because the abundance of tests and the criteria that it was to test back in March and April was only for those that were symptomatic and then had some sort of exposure as well with it. However, we are completely inundated with labs, with investigations, with getting the information in there, but also cleaning up any information so that we can report the most accurate data that we have.
Thank you. Lori, any more on that?
No, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I really appreciate the quick update. I know it's coming tomorrow in health and mental health, but I figured this is a different group here today, so we should all get it.
Chris, is there any coordination with the epidemiologist over in the medical examiner's office too, with the new person who'll be in here?
There's no epi over at the medical examiner's office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Remember, we talked about that. I guess that didn't happen. Okay. Well, any other comments, suggestions, remarks? In that case, I'd like to call a question. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Motion carried unanimously. And that's all we have on the agenda today. I thank everybody for coming. You just need a motion to adjourn in a second.
So moved. Lujan, so moved. Second, Lujan.
Total.
All in Kevin Darian. Thank you. And I guess stay tuned for the 4 o'clock Education Economic Development meeting with Paul. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman.
Thank you.
Chris, thanks again.